Hey church family, are you familiar with the saying, misery loves company? Well, the good news is if you're miserable, you got a lot of company. If you're feeling stressed or depressed, just know that you are not alone. A recent general social survey shows that just 14% of American adults say they are very happy. Just 14%. That's down from 31% who said the same thing 2 years ago. That year, 23% said that they had often or sometimes felt isolated in recent weeks. Now, 50% say that. In total, fewer Americans are likely to call themselves happy than at any point since the survey began in 1972. According to a new report by the American Psychological Association, more than 70% of Americans say that this is the lowest point in U.S. history that they can remember. And the percentage of Americans who are extremely proud of their country has fallen to 21%, the lowest since Gallup began measuring this sentiment in 2001. In response to the discouragement of these days, what can you do? Well, one thing you can do is to remind yourself of God's goodness, because that has not changed. In Psalm 100, we're told that the Lord is always good, He's always loving and kind, and His faithfulness goes on and on to each succeeding generation. When you and I forget the goodness of God, let me tell you 3 things that are likely to happen. Number 1, I start taking credit for things that God did for me. 1 Corinthians 4 asks the question, what do you have that God has not given you? And if all you have is from God, why act as though you are great and as though you have accomplished something on your own? Whenever I begin to take credit for things God did in me, through me, to me, or for me, I'm heading for trouble. A second thing that happens when I forget the goodness of God is that I stop asking God for help, because I figure that God doesn't really care about my problems. A third thing that happens is I become pessimistic about the future. Here's how it works. When you forget how good God really is, you become pessimistic about the future because hope is based on faith in the goodness of God. If God isn't good all the time, there's no hope, right? So what's the cure? The cure is to remind myself of the goodness of God. And I think the best verse in the Bible to remind yourself of that is Psalm 23:6, which says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Notice, all the days of your life, including these very strange days in which we're living, including this day. God's goodness and mercy is going to follow me today. So keep your eyes open for it, and then you'll want to go to Him with your requests. And you won't be pessimistic about the future. So today, look for ways that God is being good to you and merciful to you. You do that, and I guarantee you, you will have a better day. God bless.